You're about to listen to a Metal Express Radio exclusive interview. Head on over to metalexpressradio.com for our latest rock and metal interviews. And while you're there, check out our web radio, read our reviews, and rock and metal news. Enjoy the interview.
Hi, this is Mick Burgess, and I'm now joined backstage at the O2 Academy in Newcastle with Damon Johnson from Black Star Riders. Damon, how's it going?
The Mick. We meet again, my friend.
We do.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank
really
you.
good to see you again.
You as well.
We've just been talking about how well the tour is going. I mean, is this the third or fourth night into the tour? So it's going...
A little more than that. I think this is our sixth show, I want to say. Yeah, it's about show number 6.
Third night with the Black Star Babies, because you had the Amorettes before.
The Amorettes and Gun in the beginning, and now it's Gun and Backyard Babies.
Yeah.
It's so great to tour with our friends. It's so great to tour with bands that we really like their music. We enjoy listening to it. We enjoy seeing them play live, and it's a great hang.
Yeah.
We feel like it's special for our fans.
Because you had a year off the road. I mean, what did you decide to sort of to take a full year off, or did you just work out like that?
No, we made a conscious decision to take a full year off. I would love to tell you that Black Star Riders has 10 other countries that we can go to and play to these size crowds, but unfortunately we don't. The UK is our focus, our absolute number one market, and we're very respectful of that. You know, we don't want to overplay it. We're so appreciative to the team of promoters that have been so good to us and bringing us to town and putting us in these great venues and really believing in the band from the beginning. So I know the promoters especially felt really good about, let's step away for a year. You guys go write and record a new record, and then we'll reconvene. And to a person, each of those promoters has just been over the top about the album.
And I think Black Star and Cherry, have said the same thing. They've toured over here quite a lot. They played again at the City Hall about 3 months ago, and they said they're going to take it at least a year away because they've toured a lot, just to give us that little break, and then they're going to come back and smash us over the head again.
It's just smart.
Yeah.
It's very smart because we ask a lot of our fans. We ask a lot of them to come to the shows, to buy the tickets, to buy the albums, to buy the merchandise. They've been amazing, but we want to be sensitive to their wishes and to their limitations as well. It's so incredible to have played 6 shows already, and we have fans coming to multiple nights. We did a signing today. I did 2 signings today, actually, and several fans were there, and you recognize them from either being in Glasgow or a couple had been in Cardiff. So, it's amazing. It's amazing. I remember, especially when I toured with Alice Cooper, you would see return fans on multiple nights, and in my head I'm like, oh well, it's Alice Cooper, of course they're going to come back. But to see that happening with Black Star Riders,
because it's like your band, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
Yeah, because you're playing sort of 16 shows or so, 16 shows on the tour. And I always think that's like the tours used to be back in the when I started going to see bands in the early 80s. They'd play 2 nights at the same venue, or they played 20, 25 shows. Bands don't seem to do that these days. They'll play London, Birmingham, Glasgow, if that. So it's good to see a band coming around playing to everybody. Is that important to you to get out at all those places?
It's very important to me, and there's without a doubt that we are one of the UK's bands. You see it, you hear it, you feel it, and we don't take that for granted. And talking to the fans, you can tell that they like the fact that we're going to other little more off the beaten path places. Not that they don't have concerts in Bournemouth, but that's just always been an important town for us to go and play. So we've been looking forward to this for months and months. When it was first kind of announced that this was the plan, the timing of it is impeccable. With the album just having come out 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's good.
I mean, Heavy Fire, the new album. I mean, how many songs are you going to be playing on the tour?
7.
Each night you're going to sort of mixing and matching from one night to another?
No, we put a set list together. We feel like it's in the best interest of our show, of the presentation, for us to really try to just make as great a set as we can. There's a lot that goes into the emotion generated by songs being back to back. Like, how does this song segue into the next? Certainly, I learned a lot about that with Alice Cooper.
Yes.
I know that for Ricky, it's better, kind of gives him a focus as opposed to, all right, here's 18 songs that we're playing, but then here's these other 10 that we might mix and match, and that's more or less a lot of lyrics.
Yeah,
it's just so much, man. It's so much to memorize. So I just feel like we did a great job in our very first rehearsals of playing through everything and going, okay, yes, 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 no, let's hold off on that one. And then you start to kind of put it, it's like a war strategy, you know, a battle strategy. You got everything listed and you start moving stuff around and go, oh, wow. You know, Testifier, Say Goodbye, into Kingdom of the Lost. That'll work great. So, and we've stuck to the set. You know, the list that we made about a month ago is what we're playing. So it's working out.
So you've got 3 albums now. Is the intention to sort of have more Black Star Riders and sort of not phase out, but stand on your more standing on your own 2 feet rather than have the Thin Lizzy songs to back up?
I don't necessarily feel like the accurate word is intention. I just feel like that we surprised ourselves with how strong this album is. On both All Hell Breaks Loose and The Killer Instinct, there's songs there that we will stand behind forever. We're so proud. But as a whole body of work, there are definitely songs that we don't have much interest in playing again. Songs that we don't really hear our fans talk about that much. There's something different on Heavy Fire. So when you take All Hell Breaks Loose, Hey Judas, Kingdom of the Lost, Bound for Glory on the first one, you got Killer Instinct, Finest Hours, Soldier's Town, Blindsided from the second one. That's half of a set right there.
Yeah.
So I've always said that we were gonna, our intention and goal is to listen to the fans. And if the fans came to us and said, hey, we love what you're doing, it's great, could you play a few more Thin Lizzy songs? We would listen to that. We've got none of that.
Me too.
We've got none of that, and we have proven it is etched. It's etched in steel. The love and respect that we have for Thin Lizzy. If it were not for that legacy and that band, I wouldn't be sitting here. Ricky wouldn't be here. He and I would have never met and started writing these songs together. And of course, when the band was Scott, and you know, if Scott came to us and said, "Hey guys, you know, we should let's play a few more," Scott is over the moon about this set list.
Yeah.
And it's not a slight at all against the past.
No.
We revere that and are grateful for that. We're so lucky to be in the situation that we're in. And if I could have my way, my personal way, we would have a reserve of like 6 or 8 Thin Lizzy songs ready to go. And walk to the stage and go, hey guys, tonight let's play Emerald. You know, or tonight let's do Suicide, or let's do Whiskey, or, you know, whatever. So far, so good.
Yeah.
I think that may become a little more of an issue maybe when we get into broader parts of Europe in the summer, where they're not as exposed to our catalog as they are here. But again, we'll just kind of have to take that, you know, as it comes.
Yeah. Just a quick aside there. You mentioned Soldier's Town. What's the backing chants you do in the chorus?
The backing vocals in that is a Celtic phrase that Ricky wrote into the lyric that says Dara Hina Dara Hey. And you have to forgive me that I can't recall what he said the meaning of it is. But it was absolutely vital to the rest of the story within the song.
It just sounds very poetic, though. It's one of the standout little snippets of the song, I think.
I agree.
I
agree. It's a very, very special song, Soldier's Town, and without a doubt, we knew that was one that we would want to play going forward.
I mean, back to Heavy Fire. I mean, you must be thrilled to bits to see Crash into the UK top 10. And not only that, you've also been won an award for Album of the Year from Total Rock already, and we're only in the beginning of March. That's
I know,
not
man.
going.
No, it's pretty mind-blowing. Those are certainly things that you never expect. When you get that phone call or that email, it's exciting. You go, wow, that happened to us. Because we see it happen to some of our contemporaries or our friends in other bands like Thunder. We're friends with those guys. And, you know, they've certainly have an amazing career and made an impact. So that stuff's good. It's good for the folks back home. You send that to the wife and the kids, and they're like, all right, he's not doing all this for nothing. He's not doing this for the free catering and coffees with Ricky every morning at 9 o'clock. Yeah.
I think what I do particularly like about the album, like I said, you're 3 albums in, and to me, it's just got your very own identity. I think the first one had those links with Thin Lizzy. Second one is another step away. I think this one, it's a bit heavier, it's a bit more varied. I think it stands, like I said before, it stands on its own 2 feet.
Thank you.
Totally independent of what you've done before.
Thank you. I would agree with that. That's a very accurate assessment. I've been saying in interviews really since December that top to bottom, it is without a doubt our most complete body of work. Maybe it's because we came to the studio with more songs to choose from. We had in excess of 20 songs this time. It's kind of a numbers game. If you write 10, a couple are going to be really good. You write 20, 4 or 5, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just think we're getting better at it. It's amazing to think that we've cranked out 3 albums in really just 4 years. Yeah. So again, it's the most fulfilling thing about everything that's happening right now. We know that so much activity is happening because of the strength of the songs and the strength of the album.
Such a strong start as well. The title track, it's your heaviest, your most aggressive. Some great riffs on there, great solos as well. Is that going to be you set up? It's a big bombastic number, you think?
Yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to Ricky on that. That song had morphed out of a different song. Initially, we wrote that with Scott at his house, Ricky and Scott and I, and it was 2 different songs. You know how there's the tempo change in the middle? Yeah. So there were 2 different ideas, and we just came up with this crazy idea that we'll just put them in the same song and change the tempo, and who cares? We can do whatever we want, that kind of thing. But it had a different title. The lyric was different. So it wasn't until we got into the studio that it morphed into becoming the title track, Heavy Fire. There was a different song called Heavy Fire that did not make the cut, didn't make the cut of the tracks that we were going to record. So, I just thought it was really quite genius of Ricky to continually kind of be looking at all his lyrics and go, if I move this here, we can make this work. And then all of a sudden, boom, title track, opening track, great. Yeah. It's really special.
Great way to start. I mean, you said you tour a lot. Do you tend to do a lot of your writing on the road, or are you having sort of fixed sort of songwriting sessions?
We write in every fathomable scenario, one, we enjoy the writing. So, we write in dressing rooms and tour buses and hotels, but we also get together at home. Technology makes it so great. We can get on Skype or FaceTime and I have another bit. I have an idea for that thing you played me yesterday, and, sending stuff back and forth. I do have to say that there was one incredible flurry of songs. He and I got together in California a year ago, January, for 3 days. And in that 3 days, we came up with 7 songs. Between all the things that we came together with, he already had several quality lyrics that he had started. So in that 3 days, we had When the Night Comes In, Cold War Love, Testify, Say Goodbye, Dancing with the Wrong Girl, Ticket to Rise. I mean, that's 5 songs on the album right there. I'm sure there was another one.
Yeah, so that was going to be the next. How many of those made the final album?
Yeah.
Quite a fair few of them,
so it was really, what a great start to carry into the rest of the year. While we were doing our various other things, we would always kind of have this master list of ideas. And it was growing and growing and growing. So
again, another thing that I like about it, it's sort of it's a well-paced album. It doesn't overstay its welcome. You're not doing a dream theater, putting on 3 hours worth of music. It's 10 songs, and it makes you want to press replay as soon as you've finished. Like it used to be like in the olden days when you put a record on, turn it over, listen to it, and then put it on again.
That's great.
I do like the way it does that.
That's great. I appreciate you saying that. I think that's always going to be our intent. I mean, look, we recognize what the new method of releasing music is. I mean, a lot of pop artists now, man, they don't even put out full-length albums anymore. They'll release 3 or 4 songs at a time, and maybe that's the future for us. I don't know, but I just know that we love making complete records. Our fans love being able to buy and hold and listen to, full length. So, yeah, I want to think we'll always be making full length albums.
Because you did a pre-sale through Pledge Music where you had an offer where fans could come and play with you at the soundcheck. How's that turned out?
It's just been the best of all of the fan related things that we've ever done as a band. That is my favorite. And unless you participate in it as a fan, you can't really measure the fulfillment of it or just the joy to a man or woman. Everyone that has sat in, they're just having that. We had 2 guys today, man. I mean, they were just about to come out of their skin. They were just like, holy shit, I'm on stage playing Finest Hour with Black Star Riders.
Did you get any that just sort of turned up just for a bit of fun and that couldn't actually play, or were they all sort of fairly competent musicians?
Everyone has prepared in their way, and there's certainly different levels of musicianship. But like today, we had 2 guys, they both played guitar. We played the song twice, one for each guy, and they could both really play, because I'm watching out of the corner of my eye, and like when the chords change in the bridge or the solo section, they're right on it. It's like, wow, man, good for you. I just know if I could have done something like that with one of the bands I love, fucking hell, man. I would have saved all my money. Whatever it took, I would have been like, yeah.
Just to round up, you just put out a solo EP, and when you mentioned putting out 4 or 5 songs in one go, was it an intention just to put out the EP? Is this a taster for a bigger album to come?
Yeah, I mean, I have never put out electric, fully produced material under my own name in my whole career. It's always been with bands. My solo stuff up to this point has just been a couple of acoustic albums. So it was really kind of a big experiment, but I had a blast. And, it always, Black Star Riders is the priority, as you and I discussed before. Yeah. So it just really depends on how the schedule pans out. Mm-hmm. Right now, 2017 is very busy. We're getting more festival dates coming in. We just announced some dates in Germany in May. So there's a lot happening right now. Yeah. I've always got a locker room of songs, kind of ready to go, but just kind of waiting for the right time.
So when you get a couple of moments in 6-7 months' time, you might pop another couple of songs.
Yeah, I would really like to do that. I mean, Ricky and I are talking about doing some more Warwick Johnson stuff. We want to go out and do some more dates behind that because it's too much fun and we have a great time with that as well. So. We're fine with being the hardest working band in show business. We're okay with that.
Damon, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Best luck with the show tonight and the rest of the tour, and so we'll catch you next time you're in town.
Thank you, mate. You're the best, man. Thank you so much.
You just listened to a Metal Express Radio exclusive interview. Head on over to metalexpressradio.com for our latest rock and metal interviews. And while you're there, check out our web radio, read our reviews, and rock and metal news.